Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. My Pop Weaver, was a Baptist minister, and I'm privileged to have some of his books, some of which are on the shelf right behind me here. And one of those books is a fascinating one called God's Smuggler. I want to tell you a story about that here in a moment. But before I do that, we've all been experiencing lots of changes over the last number of months, and many of which involve things that have been familiar to us, things that have we might call normal or a part of our everyday life and living. Well, there's a change that I want to talk to you about that we'll be part of, as well as a congregation of believers. In times past, of course, we have, as we've gathered at the Lord's Supper, we've shared that together. To facilitate coming to the Lord's table together as His people during a pandemic, we have decided that on the first Sunday of December we'll begin something new. So another change for you. To facilitate that, we've been able to secure a few of these. Now it looks like your regular communion cup, yet it's slightly different. It's the elements packaged together. The bread is on the top, the cup is on the bottom, and you will be provided with one of those in a careful manner when you come on the first Sunday of December, so that we can join together for the Lord's Supper as we worship together. This is fitting within our COVID-19 protocol. If you are concerned about that and would prefer to bring your own communion elements to celebrate the Lord's Supper, I want you to be free to do that, and I want you to go ahead and do that and bring your own if you prefer to do that. As well, it will naturally lend itself to doing that within your home if you are unable to attend in person, and I want you to take advantage of that opportunity as well. It was the Lord who called us together as His people to remember the great thing that He did, that His body was broken and His blood was shed to bring salvation to us. Now, back to the book. This one is one of Pop's books, and it tells the fascinating story of a man who was called of the Lord to serve Him as a missionary behind the Iron Curtain. He didn't know if there were any other missionaries serving behind the lines in the communist countries of Europe and Asia. All he knew was that the Lord had called him to go and do that. And part of the Lord's mission for him was to take the Lord's word to the Lord's people in these besieged areas. Well, he had worked hard to get a visa so that he could cross from Austria into Yugoslavia. He had applied various ways, and on the same day he received a rejection from the Yugoslavian government set up at their embassy in Holland, which was his home nation. And then as well, he received a stamp on his passport, a visa allowing him that he secured from the Yugoslavian government attaché in Germany. That was his sign from the Lord that it was time to go. When he got that visa and shared the good news with some of his friends that were joining with him in this mission by providing support and help for him, he was given the keys to an almost new Volkswagen Beetle. He described it as a blue, shiny Beetle. Sounds a lot like those little blue bugs that many of us experienced in our younger days. He was given the keys to this car, and he set out to fill it up with his luggage, which included his belongings, but more so included all sorts of printed material, tracts, Bibles, and portions of Bibles in various languages that were spoken in Yugoslavia. He set out on his journey with his Bibles, his books, with his visa, and most of all with his Lord. As he arrived at the Austrian Yugoslavia border, he prayed this prayer: Lord, in my luggage I have scripture that I want to take to your children across this border. When you were here on earth, you made blind eyes see. Now I pray that you make seeing eyes blind. Do not let the guards see those things that you do not want them to see. He boldly went forward in his new-to-him car, knowing that there was risk. He could lose the car. He could lose his freedom. In fact, it was a situation where he could easily lose his life. Yet he went forward with his car bulging with scripture for the Lord's people on the other side of the curtain. As he approached, he was met by two young guards that were given the task of admitting and inspecting anyone who came in. As they started their work, well, you'll have to check out tomorrow's video to find out what happened. I hope you have a great day. God bless you.